Okay, yeah, we're back in it. Um, I'm not really good at cheering people up. Aww. Fiddling with an ugly dog with red hair. Tammy gave me this. Kind of told her to shove off because I don't play with dolls. But why'd I have to be so mean to her? Sad. Hey, Selene, we'll be okay. I like Cal. Cal seems pretty cool. Things will start to look up again soon. I can carry a lot? I'm strong for your age, maybe. You're the only applicant this week. You got the job for now, anyway. Cool. So they were lying about how much organization I needed. Huh. Hmm. Okay. Let's try to deliver supplies. Oh, 1, 2, 3. That counts as a straight. You don't need a. You don't need 5 for a straight. Cool. Expectation exceeded. Hmm. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Your shoes are gross. That's what you get for walking around in the dirt out here. Not me. I'm sticking to the ship till they pave over all that icky mud. You wonder if maybe she's scared of more than just getting dirty. Um. Oh, hey. We need to discuss my brother. Who, Dis? Yes, yes, Dis. I need you to figure out where he's been disappearing. Ever since we landed, I barely see him anymore. He doesn't even come home at night sometimes, and well, I'm not very good terms with my brother late, but people are becoming worried. Get the feeling Tange is the one who is worried, but she doesn't want to admit it. Uh, I'll talk to him, I guess. He probably won't tell you. Newton's apple. He won't even talk to me anymore. You may have to follow him. I would, but everyone in the lab would know I was gone. No one cares where he goes during the day. Does the air here just make you feel hungry all the time, or is it just me? I feel like I eat one of the mushroom teams, just oomph. I'm shoving a whole mushroom in her mouth. The cake. We'll just be done. I don't know. I guess I would have to give the... Because I was saving the cake to give back to Tammy, because she gave it to me, but... Sorry, I don't really feel like playing today. I found something you might like. Would you like this cake? He does like cake. Oh. It's my favorite thing on the whole planet. Wow, Selene, you really are the best. Here, have a piece too. Let the icing melt in your mouth and let all worries melt away with it. Cool. He likes cake. Kind of makes sense because Tammy was the one who gave it to me, and that's really freaking sad. That is so devastating. I'm gonna keep learning stuff. I want to keep learning stuff. Study some humanities. Tanger's least favorite part of humanities are the days you study earth poetry. She just doesn't get it. The author was trying to tell us something. Why didn't they just come out and say it? Not gonna lie, both Tange and Dis have neurodivergent vibes. My goal is 11. Huh. I wonder if I could do it better. Like if I switched these two. See, that's not enough. Alright, we'll just say that's good enough. Yay, I have increased in my abilities. It's time for Vertumnalia! Udicott and the Council have called a festival to celebrate life here on the planet Vertumna. Everyone gathers in the colony square to hear Governor Udicott's speech. In Earth's history, Udicott begins, then clears her throat, waits for everyone to calm down. In Earth's history, Vertumna was known as the god of seasons, change, gardens, and fruit. It's no coincidence that our forebears of the Vertumna Project chose to take on such an auspicious name in the hopes of seeding future bountiful seasons of humanity. We will continue this tradition of Vertumnalia, a midsummer festival to celebrate our Vertumna, this lush planet upon which we find ourselves today. Clap. Everyone cheers and applauds. The member of the council all get up on stage at once at a time to give their own short speeches. Governor Udicott announces each one. When it's your mother Flulu's turn, she announces that tonight you'll be eating... Ah, yes. Chief Cultivator Flulu. Yes. She announces that tonight you'll be eating some of the very first crops grown from Vertumnan soil. Your eyes go to the feast table. Above the stratosphere, it would have been mostly soy-based food from the nanoprinters, spiced up with what precious fruits and vegetables could be grown in the small growing bays. This year, the earth plants look even less robust than usual, but they're supplemented by some Vertumnan plants that you've come to appreciate. Juicy watado pods and slabs of edible fungi. Udicott takes the stage after everyone in the council has said their piece. What is a festival without festivities? Professor Hal and Security Chief Rhett have organized a 3-part competition for the kids. Good luck, children. Which one do you join? Bot wrestling, talent show. I don't have enough reasoning to do the science fair. I'll just watch. Competitions are dumb. Clearly the talent show. It's an all-singing, all-dancing, all-talent extravaganza. The entire colony gathers to watch the show after dinner. First up... Dis plods up to the front of the stage as a pop song starts to play. He just stands there deadpan, staring into space, with his arms at his side while the singer belts out the first verse. Then, as the chorus comes in, he suddenly springs to life, dancing, lip-syncing the lyrics frantically, waving his arms and grinning maniacally, then collapses back to standing still once the chorus is over. It's hilarious, but you aren't sure you're supposed to be laughing. Next, Mars performs an choreographed dance routine to an old Earth song by an AI idol. She has light emitting balls at the end of her hair, which she swings around everywhere in the dim light while controlling a small floating ball drone who dances with her. It's total overkill, but it is impressive. Your turn. What do you do? A comedy routine, a magic act, or hoverboard tricks? Um, let's do a comedy routine. Oh, I'm I'm probably going to lose, but we'll see. Um, it's a two pair with a little bit of flushiness. I could make everything one. One, 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 one. Yeah, equals 10. Yeah. Win. I haven't lost yet. Oh, and I got a kudos. I guess that was the best I could do. Sweet. I am the champion. Win over Tumnalia event. Apparently that was an achievement. Everyone laughs at your comedy routine. You win as voted by audience applause. Talent show competition. Mars begrudgingly shakes your hand, leaning in to whisper that you better enjoy your victory now because she's going to destroy you next year. Oh, and that made me not very stressed out. Sweet. After the festivities are over, everyone takes time off for a much needed break. During the fierce heat of dust, a few days' rest is exactly what you need. You feel refreshed. Because now we are in early dust. And mid dust. Well, maybe I should go look at the delivering things. Zeke sends you all around the colony delivering supplies. During your first week, it's mostly small things you can carry by hand or push on a little cart, stuff like tools and electronics. Some are high priority, which means you have to move fast. It's fun getting to yell important delivery coming through, and people actually get out of the way. I just got super goal. I don't know what that means. Oh, I got a heck ton of kudos. Nice. You know, Selene, you're all right, Mars says as you approach. You blink at her, trying to figure out what she means. You're an all right what? At your stunned silence, Mars laughs and tosses her hair over her shoulder. You're all right, she repeats. You actually have good taste, unlike all these other nullheads. Ever since we landed, it's been help with this, Mars, and don't waste resources on that, Mars. It's boring. At least you understand the importance of sophistication. You shoot the breeze with Mars a little bit longer. At some point, Dis skulks out of the living quarters and has to pass by you both, clearly trying not to draw your attention. Ugh, where's he going now? Mars mutters to you, then raises her voice so Dis can hear. Try not to get eaten by aliens, she calls out to Dis. If you die out there, they can't use your body for fertilizer. Don't be a waste. Yeah, get lost, Dis. I guess he is a little weird, or shut up, Mars. Dis is cool. Um... You say it loud enough for Dis to hear. He looks at you with wide eyes before scurrying toward the walls. Huh, Mars says with a little smile. No accounting for taste. She seems to respect that you challenged her. Watches Dis disappear from sight, then shrugs. Maybe you can get through to him. I've tried, but he doesn't care about contributing to the colony, or being popular, or earning kudos, or anything important. What do you contribute? She laughs and puts her hands on her hips. I contribute plenty, you know it, Selene. People need someone to tell them what to do, don't they? Okay. Not just the one stink ever. Every day it's a new stink. Today it smells like the water reclamation unit broke down. Yuck. You haven't noticed the smell. She sure is sensitive, or maybe she just likes the stale air inside the ship better. I don't have any collectibles. So then, I trapped it in my room, Anemone says, telling you all about the bug she saw in her quarters. Its wings were as big as my hand, had feelers like, whoa, was bouncing all over the place, like boing, boing, boing. She just excitedly swinging her arms overhead. The bugs here are so big, and they're everywhere. I was gonna give it to Tange. She loves gross bug stuff, but she said I should let it go, because if it stung me, I might get weird mutant powers. I mean, other than the one I already have. And I wanted to see if I got more weird mutant powers, so I started jumping around off higher things until I was jumping off the back of the ship, and I got in so much trouble, but it wasn't even that high. She stops in her tracks. Hold on, she said, stooping to rub irritably at her knees for probably the 100th time in the past 5 minutes. Arg, I'm gonna die. I busted my knees and it's so itchy when my scales grow in. Annie, don't pick at it. Chief Steward's antecedent's voice rings out across the garrison yard, pleasant but firm. Instantly transports you back to the ship crash, tugging at her skirts and calling her auntie. Anemone just jumps up and stands up straight, her hands flying to her sides. But Mom, Anemone whines, digging her fingers into her knees as Auntie Sedent approaches you both. It's so scratchaciously itchy. I know, lovely, Auntie Sedent soothes her, patting down her riotous red hair, but the more you pick at it, the thicker your scales are going to grow in. Anemone tucks her hands under her armpits to keep her scratching. What if I want to have cool scales? She pouts. Auntie Sedent smiles indulgently. At the rate you're going, I am sure that you be covered in them before you know it. No need to rush. Anemone's skin is dotted with patches of protective blue-green scales that grow in wherever she gets a cut or scrape. She rubs the patch on her jaw indignantly, the one she got when she ran headfirst to the food synthesizer back on the ship. I have learned Anemone's augment. Auntie Sedent opens the satchel and pulls out a bundle of clothes. The queue for the nanoprinter is over a week long, so I patched your pants with scraps from your brother's clothing. Please try not to put any more holes in them, or yourself, okay? She hands the clothes to Anemone and kisses her on the forehead. Anemone sticks out her tongue and gags. Yuck. Anemone evaluates the clothes as her mom walks away. Galactic, she breathes as she runs her fingers over the odd-colored patches. Then, right in the middle of the yard, she unashamedly squirms out of her pants and pulls on the new ones. Wow, I look like a fighter jet from the Hollows. She exclaims, showing off her new pants, like when they stencil your kill count on your plane. Or like a really cool scar. You should be more careful. Yeah, you get it. My pants are scarred, just like me. You're looking for Cal in the garden when you nearly trip over someone else, one of the younger kids, and they're blindfolded? Hey, they exclaim, ripping the blindfold off their face and throwing it to the ground. It's Cirrus, one of Anemone's brothers. He glares at you. I was almost done. Cal jogs over and grabs Cirrus in a friendly headlock, ruffling his messy red hair. Dude, you were so close. Cirrus stamps his feet and complains that you got in his way. It's not her fault, Cal says. She didn't know we were playing a game. Give me a sec. I want to teach you how to play. Cal turns to you as Cirrus leaves. Sorry, Selene, he says sheepishly. I was teaching Cirrus a new game, but he's more like Anemone than I thought. Real competitive, you know? He stoops to pick up the blindfold, brushing off the dirt. I've been trying to come up with different kinds of games other than sports ball, he says. No winners or losers. I just want to have fun with my friends. Cal looks hopefully. You want to learn how to play? Let me check my schedule. Yes. Cal's smile looks like it's stretched right off his face. Radical, he shouts. Okay, so first put on this blindfold. Blindfold's a little scratchy and smells like dirt. You can feel Cal's big hands on your shoulders. I'm going to spin you around, and when I let go, you got to listen to my instructions. We're going to walk all the way to the cafeteria, okay? You nod. You can't see Cal's grin, but you can hear it in his voice. He spins you around to count to 10. 1, 2, 3. First, you got to walk forward 10 steps. Do you follow Cal's instructions as best you can or make things difficult for him? I'm going to do my best. Take 10 steps forward, holding your hands out for balance. The rocky dirt between the garden beds crunches under your feet. Yeah, now turn to your right and take 15 steps until you get to the door. Get it right. You turn to the right and walk forward, counting 15 steps. When you stop, Cal laughs. You can hear footsteps crunching behind you. I forgot how much bigger I am than you. You're like 2 more steps away. You take 2 more steps until your outstretched hands land on the warm metal of the door. Success. Awesome, Cal says. You can't help smile. This is fun. Now hit the door on the right and then hit the door button on the right and then keep walking forward until I say stop. Go really slowly, okay? You open the door, start walking forward. The path slopes downward and your feet slip a little bit, even though you're moving as slowly as you can. Real dirt is nothing like the metal force of stratospheric. It's turbo rocky here, Cal says, and you can feel the uneasiness prickle up the back of your arms. Just keep going forward slowly. Can you trust him? You can trust him. You slowly creep down the slope to the center of the colony, somehow managing not to bump into anything. Cal cheers. Okay, now turn a little to your right and keep walking straight. We're so close. You carefully pick your way forward, stopping when you hear Mars's unmistakable voice ring across the courtyard. What are you nullheads doing? Cal tells you you're playing a game. Is this a real game? Mars scoffs. It looks like Selene is just wandering around with a scarf over your eyes. Aren't you a little old for this? Aw. I need bravery of 20 or greater. Maybe she's right. Embarrassment burns into your belly as you tear off the blindfold. Blinking away tears in the sudden brightness, you can hear Mars looking down her nose at you. Mars sneers, tossing her braids over her shoulder. I thought you were cooler, Selene. Let me know when you're ready to play adult games. You're not sure what she meant by that. You become aware of Cal standing behind you. Sorry, Selene, he says quietly. I guess it is kind of a silly game. You ask if he wants to get some potato juice from the cafeteria instead. You spend the afternoon brainstorming ideas for more games for no winners or losers. Aw, I'm sad that I wasn't brave enough. I don't know. I guess I'll go back to school. Is my reasoning going to improve at some point when I'm studying more? I'm going to study life sciences. Start with a fun group project. You'll be studying the mush tree, a prominent natural resource native to Vertumna. In ideal conditions, it could grow a speed of over a meter a day and have up to a diameter of 30 centimeters. Your team will experiment to find those ideal conditions. You're teamed up with Tange and Cal and are given a mush tree spore and a bucket to grow it in. The rest is up to you. Tange looks at the surveyor's notes on the holonet. Mush trees, she reads, are the most abundant south of the colony in the stormy, most moist regions of the subaqueous swamp. What if we use water instead of soil, Cal suggests, like they do with hydroponics. Tange nods. If they like wet weather, that might work. Selene, do you have any suggestions? Lower the water's pH, put it under a bright grow light, send to it daily, run electric current through it, all of the above. Why not try everything? You fill the bucket with water and spark snow crystals, and attach a small battery to run a weak current through it. You push it over to the spot under a grow light, pop your spore inside. -5 kudos. No! Every day you rush to the classroom to check on the progress. You and Cal sing quietly to it. Tange refuses to assist in that part, but it doesn't grow. By the end of the week, your bucket is the only one with no plant at all. You don't know what you did wrong, maybe everything. Professor Howell is disappointed. Your experiment wasn't very scientific. If something had worked, how would you know what it was? You don't even get half marks for effort. Aww. No points for creativity. I got a super goal. But I got some kudos back. Now we're in the early wet season. Tangent is watching a construction crew build scaffolding for the new engineering pavilion. They're using mushwood, which is so light that one person can easily lift a 10-meter long pole and stack it into place. She points toward them. Human beings are so great, don't you think? Before we landed, this was all just dirty jungle. Now it's civilization. I've been learning about adaptability in writing and biology class. The books say it's what sets us apart from the animals. Like, we don't need fur because we can make warm clothes, and if it's too hot, we can make air conditioners instead. Maybe the animals have need adaptations. Tangent rolls her eyes at you. Maybe, but even if they do, I haven't seen any sign of intelligent life here. It's just this big, dumb xenofauna. Some animals here are smart and friendly. Tangent looks skeptical. They're still animals, Selene. Maybe they're just pretending to be nice so you'll feed them. You're lucky it didn't eat you. She folds her arms. Dwarves moth look cute, but one can eat through a bag of rice in less than 30 minutes. Even an herbivore can be dangerous here. Doesn't have to want to eat you to be able to hurt you. Together you watch the foreman puts blueprints for scaffolding onto the floating screen of her holopalm and raises the scaffolding to check progress. I like to see an alien do that, Tange says primly. Humans look defenseless and weak, but we're the strongest species in the galaxy. Who else can literally bend reality to their world? Will, not a stupid alien, that's for sure. She puts one finger to her chin. I'm living proof that humanity is greater than our biology, and there it is. All of us are really with our genetic enhancements. We are the next step in humanity's evolution from great ape to galactic superspecies. I don't like Tangent very much. She is a little bit too academic, too full of herself. Tell Dis their sister Tangent wants to know where he's been disappearing off to. His eyes flip between the doors, and then vaguely stare off into the engineering where his sister's reading a holopalm. Doesn't say anything. She's worried about you. She doesn't care about me. Tangent's just worried she'll get in trouble if I don't come home one day. She doesn't care about anything but her schoolwork. I guess I need to improve my friendship with him for him to tell me. You better tell me or else. I don't have to tell you, just leave me alone. Okay. I think that I should shovel dirt. It's the first time I've done this. So let's shovel some dirt. Oh boy! Good morning, Selene. Looks like you're working for your old lady. Hope you don't expect me to go easy on you just because you're my daughter. She walks around the geoponics wing and points out where everything is. Your job is to move sod, compost, plants, garden waste, and equipment from one place to another. I do think, I said it before, but I'll say it again. I'm very glad that I picked, the calm disposition, because since I'm new to the game, I kind of want to try everything, and it seems like the calm disposition is good for minimizing stress, which has to do with everything. So I think it's like a jack of all trades kind of thing. Don't we have machines for this? Where do I move it again? Why not use hydroponics? Shoes already claimed all the hover lists. They'll break down in a few years anyway. Don't have the materials to fix them. We plan it side now. Use your muscles. Nature's hydraulic pistons. Where do I move it? Over there to there. She sees your confusion. We have some very precious soil from Earth and ship, full of nutrients and bugs and bacteria our plants need to grow, but it was lost in an accident. Now we're having to make more from scratch using bituminous soil. This is part of the process. Want to use hydroponics. Most of our plants use water. It's true, is more hygienic that way, but hydroponic systems use too much energy. Here we have to grow as much as we can the old-fashioned way. Okay. Arms start to ache after the first hour of work, but you keep going. By the end of the month, you feel utterly drained and exhausted and good somehow. You feel your muscles growing already. Okay. Good enough. You're having a terrifying, familiar dream. Monster crashes through the walls, unfathomably large. Every part of it is wriggling and moving and searching for something. It tramples through the colony as you watch helplessly. Time shifts to the wreckage of your home. You're picking through it, looking for something. Tears streaking down your dust-covered face as you lift heavy pieces of debris, searching. You wake up shouting, "No!" But your voice is drowned out by a deafening rumble of skies outside. Bedroom window is covered in water? It's pouring down from the clouds. Guess this must be rain, but you've never experienced it before. Bright flash from outside. There's another crack and rumble. Thunder. Must be a thunderstorm. It is still the early hours of the morning. You're already almost forgotten your bad dream, but you're too unsettled to go back to sleep yet. The rain beats on the roof of your quarters, joined now and then with the great peals of thunder like the footsteps of an angry beast. I can hide under the covers until it's over. I can run outside and play in the rain, or I can go to my parents for comfort. Parents, tell me it's okay. Your dad is awake too, watching the rain from the large pothole in the kitchenette. He gives you a hug and you gaze out together. I wonder how... Yeah, I guess I'm a very loyal person. I don't think of that as being like, loyal to the government is loyal to your parents or something, but whatever. I guess because I'm going to an authority figure. This is good, he says quietly. It means we'll have plenty of water for crops. Pure, healthy water, just like on Earth. Everything's going to be okay, my little potato. Hug your dad tight. Hope he is right. It is now the midwet. Oh, you found me. I don't have anything to interest him. Hmm. Different styles of dance. Mars takes this fairly easily, but Tange abjectly refuses to, saying she'd rather be penalized for non cooperation than make a fool of herself. She sits the whole month out doing independent study on the philosophy of medicine. No matter how much Mars cajoles, bribes, or begs Tange to dance with her, she will not budge. Guess it could make some more deliveries. See, because there was a large stack of thin white rectangles. Is that paper? We have holopalms. Why use paper? I thought paper was extinct or obsolete or whatever. The only time you ever used paper was in the creche during craft time. Actually, we'll be using a lot more paper now that we have access to such rich sources of cellulose fibers, trees that is. Governor Udicott is quite sentimental for the feel of ink on paper. I myself have traded a holopalm stylus for a pen. Deliver a stack of these reports to every council member in the colony. Seek asks you not to read them, but says it's just boring adult stuff you wouldn't understand anyway. You clutch the papers to your chest and nod. First stop is engineering. Paper? Governor's sending messages by paper now? Is this a joke? Tell me this is a joke, says Dr. Instance. You shuffle your feet nervously. Seek seems serious to you. Skin's first page, mind yourself. And there's sensitive information in here. All the superfluous, technophobic, sentimental foolishness. You back away quietly. Next stop, the cafeteria. Antecedent takes notice carefully with both hands. Paper? What a strange idea. And oh look, Governor Utisot has even signed it. What marvelous handwriting she has. I wonder what I'm supposed to do with this once I'm finished reading it. Throw it in a disassembler? Seems far too precious for that. Will I need to get a filing cabinet in here, I wonder? I suppose I can recycle it for craft time. Next up is the expeditions office. Tony meets you outside. He's struggling under the shifting weight of an enormous crate. It appears whatever's inside wants out. Sorry, Selene, could you just put that down on that bench? I'll take them inside in a minute. The surveyor overhears and laughs. Governor's sending paper memos now? Is she really that old? What's next? Toilet paper? The moment you put the documents down, a gust of wind picks them back up and fly everywhere. You snatch for them, but accidentally drop the rest of the stack you're holding. Then scramble to pick them all up. I can't look at it. You shove the papers back together haphazardly and embarrassed at your clumsiness. I will refrain from sneaking any peeks. Deliver the remaining reports to Chief Rhett and your mom, who both seem confused they weren't sent via the holonet. You're a good girl, a good delivery person. Feel proud and important for delivering messages just like you were told. Days have been getting shorter, with only the yellow sun barely skimming the horizon. One morning you wake up in the darkness and have to check your holopalm to know what time it is. See a holostream from Mars. Good morning to all my pals, if you can even call it morning. They've named it glow season because, like, everything is crazy glowing out there in the dark. I am staying the heck inside for the next month. What's the point of even going out if you can't see anything? It's gonna be a long month. No way, it looks cool out there. You peek out the window. Wormhole is the biggest you've ever seen it, like a massive fiery ring in the sky. The planet must be very close to it now. And out in the jungle, something new is taking place. The plants are flowering, glowing, iridescent blooms, and everything's full of life. There are strange new sounds, long hooting calls, and gurgling roars. After Mars's message is a notice from the council warning everyone to stay safe inside. Tammy's dad and the other surveyors have been called back and the gates closed for the month. There's tension in the air, as if everyone is waiting for something. So the late wet has now moved to the glow season. This looks cool. Lane, what are you doing out of your quarters? This isn't safe out here. I'm going to school. Fair enough. Stay close to this stratosphere. Got it? We don't know what's out there this time of year. Stars, it is beautiful, though. Nemne's running around the sports ball court, touching her hand to the ground at each corner. 18, 19. I'm training. My big bro Com says I have to get my legs climatized to the planet if I'm going to be team captain like him. She actually said that once before. Anybody else around here? I'm kind of trying to see if I can find Dis, but looks like maybe not. Nobody else is out. Alright, I'm just going to go to school. I guess let's do some life sciences. Learning about predators and prey. Who can tell me what special things hop eyes do when they see a predator? They hop away very quickly. That's why we called it a hop eye. That's true, but that's not what I was getting at. Anyone else? They fly away? That might work, but hop eyes don't have wings. They thump their feet to warn other hop eyes in the area. Then they hop away very quickly. Both got it wrong, but she still thinks she's better than you. Good enough. It's daytime when the emergency sirens start up. Well, what passes for day. It's still nearly pitch black, except for an eerie green twilight glow on the horizon. You look toward the gates. They're open. Wait, they shouldn't be open. Uh-oh. I am now very stressed. The alert blares out of every speaker in the colony. It's the same one you used for hull breaches and fires, and in space, it meant you were supposed to go to the nearest emergency shaft and put on a spacesuit. On Vertumna, it means to go to the assembly point and wait for instructions. The closest assembly point is the children's creche, but from the opposite direction you hear shouting and loud popping noises. Gunfire. Is the colony under attack? I'm gonna hide in the creche. You find Dis in the creche and join him in hiding under the arts and crafts table. The lights are dim. You scared? He asked quietly. Nod silently. Of course I'm scared. I just don't want to fight. Nod silently. Dis shrugs. I thought I would be, but I'm not. I'm not scared of stuff like this. Can't help but glance at the hollow projector on the wall, the one that electrocuted classmate Tammy earlier this year. The glowing bear looms over the room, and for a moment looks more like a monster than a toy. You grew up here. Feels weird to be hiding here, like you're just little kids again. Hear more gunfire and yelling, but within half an hour they play the all-clear tone. Chief Surveyor Tonin comes back in to let you know it's all safe now. As the lights come back on, you glance at the hologram teddy bear again. Tonin was Tommy's dad. How can we be sure that it's safe? How can we be sure anything is safe? You're relieved when your parents arrive with ashen-faced Cal. They won't talk about what happened at Geoponics. That was scary. Reached the end of age 10. After the 2 weeks of darkness, with the blue sun barely skimming the horizon, it begins to move higher in the sky and daytime returns. The council admits they don't know how the gates were opened or how the creatures got in. Some of the attacking creatures were once thought to be docile. Others were species nobody had seen before. It was like something had driven them to assault the colony. At least nobody was killed this time. Childhood is fleeting. The game will end when you reach age 20. So you should focus on a few skills to improve and friends to spend time with. Use the skills and friends buttons at the top left of the screen to keep track of them. Good luck. Skills and friends buttons. Tammy's gone. Memories. La, da, 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 da. I'll keep adding to my deck as I age and can forget cards by spending time relaxing. You have a limited number of gear slots based on your organization and other skills. Ah, cool. Okay, well, I definitely need to rest because I am at 100% stress. So we're gonna do that. You nestle into the cushions, close your eyes, and listen to the music. You have an archive of over 100 years of music to choose from, but still, you wonder what new songs they're writing these days, 10 million light years away on Earth. The only new music you've heard is when the adults have come up with a new space shanty. It's nice, good music for harmonizing with your friends as you work, but it's not really something you want in your ears all the time. Oh, I have to pick one. I guess in that case I will do the 0. Okay. So much has happened in the last month since the monster attack during Glow. The idea of this planet as a peaceful utopia has been shattered. Security squads are training new members and keeping close watch on the gates now. They're reinforcing the walls and even installing a few robotic turrets. In class, you have drills on what to do if the colony's attacked again. In all the excitement, you forgot today was your birthday. Your parents haven't forgotten. They wake you up early with enthusiastic shouts of "Surprise!" A Vertumnan year is only a little longer than a year on Earth, so you've taken up its calendar for birthdays. Yours is in the second month of quiet. Spark snow drifts slowly past your porthole window as you snuggle up with your dad. Your mom climbs up too and sits on the edge of your bed. Your dad pulls up a bowl of fruit from behind his back with a few flourish, like a magic trick. You think it's fruit? What are those? Bobber fruit, your dad grins. The foragers have been picking these outside the walls. They might look funny, but they're tasty. Try one. Take a cautious bite. The pulp is soft and tastes a bit like lemon, only more blue. I bet you can't wait to join the surveyors out there, your dad says wistfully. Who knows what you'll find? Slaying's not allowed outside the gates. Too dangerous for kids. Well, I know, but eventually. But not now. Not since the attack. Not with everything we know is out there now. The attack was scary. Dad cuts you close. Aw, don't worry, Tomato Head. We'll keep you safe. Your mom reaches over and pats your leg awkwardly. I know it's scary, but if you do as you're told during emergency drills, you'll be okay. Nothing's going to hurt you kids while we're around. You'd like to believe them, but you've seen the colony fall in your dreams. How long will it be until those visions become real? Even still, your mom says, it's clear everyone should know how to defend themselves if it happens again. To be clear, this includes knowing when to run away. Security Chief Rhett's offering self-defense lessons at Garrison, even for kids. If you're interested, you drop in sometime. And I've heard stories of kids sneaking outside the walls. If I catch you doing that, I'm going to put a chip in your ear. You laugh. What a good joke. Your mom doesn't laugh. It's probably not that dangerous. Not that you would ever do it, but other kids are doing it. How bad could it be? This argument does not win you any favors with your mother. I'm assuming if I had said, what, me, never? I would have shifted more to the flag side. All right. Well, I guess I could try to check out the defense training. During the first session of Security Chief Rhett's self-defense class. It's a small class, mostly security officers and other adults. You and Anemone are the only kids. She gives you a wink and cheesy thumbs up as you listen to Rhett rant about how everyone in the colony needs to learn self-defense. Could be walking along, think you're safe from the walls, flying animal can swoop out of the sky. Then what would you do? Tell you what you're gonna do. You're gonna chop that beast right in the throat. Hi-ya! He pointed at the assembled class. But only if you learn what I'm about to teach you. The only way to learn is by doing. Who wants to volunteer for a demonstration? Step forward or huddle with Anemone for strength. Screw it. I'll step forward. Security Chief doesn't scare you, or so you pretend. Rhett is like the biggest adult you know. He's so intense. Okay, I'm a manticore. Stalk you through the forest. What do? I run away. If you see a manticore, you are out. Rhett doesn't laugh. That's correct, he says proudly. Only engage with the enemy when there's no other alternative. No one walks away from a fight without getting hurt, so the first rule of self-defense is to not put yourself in situations where there's no need to fight. Yeah, that's right. Once you've learned situational awareness, we'll move on to hand-to-hand self-defense, drawing the variety of martial arts. Only when I'm confident that you're ready, we will advance to weapons. There aren't many weapons in the colony, mostly stun gloves and batons with a few plasma rifles. You hope you don't have to use them, but it'll be good to know how. As you get older, challenges can have conditions. The challenge suit, social, mental, or physical, determines what conditions appear and which decks will work best. Try to collect social yellow cards if you want to win battles for social skills, empathy, persuasion, creativity, and bravery. You'll keep adding to your deck as you age and can forget cards by spending time relaxing. You have a limited number of gear slots based on your organization and other skills. Oh, whoops. I clicked previous by mistake. Ha ha ha. Okay. That way I don't lose the kudo. Haha. You and Anemone are playing the Garrison Yard with sticks, chasing each other around and pretending to be sword fighting. Adults nearby are patient with you as long as you don't get near the target dummies, but sometimes you stray too close. Watch out, Annie, one of the security personnel calls out as Anemone bumps into her. You kids stay behind the fences, okay? It's Anemone, she retorts as you both retreat to a safe distance. Anemone throws her stick to the ground and pouts. Just because everyone shortens their name doesn't mean I have to do it. I like being Anemone. But having a nickname is kind of cool and mysterious, like having a call sign, you know? What would you call me, Selene? What's wrong with Annie? How about Nem? What do you think of Nemi? Just anemone or something else? How about money? Money tilts her head. Huh, not bad. Money. Well, at least it's not Annie. Okay, since you're my friend, you can call me that. Now, prepare to be defeated by the mighty Money. Spending the next hour sparring with Money in a yard. Money. Um. So, I guess I'm gonna go to school. Bring supplies to the med bay when you see something unusual. Tangent curled up on a bench, her head pillowed on a rolled up lab coat. She's fast asleep. You stop and stare. You never see Tang sleeping. It's always so busy. You're surprised she even has time to nap. You turn to leave her in peace when you bump into Money. Whoa! She hardly ever sleeps, like a couple hours a night. She's sick or something? You look back at Tangent, snoozing peacefully. Ah, learned Tangent's on augment. I'm so jealous of her genetic enhancement. She hardly needs to sleep at all. She probably stayed up all night studying for this morning's history test. Let's let her sleep. Just a power nap, no reason to gawk. I really would like to be able to tell Cal a fun fact. But I don't think I'm there yet. I need biology 20 or greater. I'm at 15, but not yet. Cal's kicking a ball against the garden fence post, cheering when it bounces back toward him. Ever since we landed here, I don't play a lot of sports ball, he says, picking up the ball and tucking it under her arm. Anemone and I used to play a lot, but honestly, I think I like working in the garden more. I just like doing stuff that feels like makes a difference, you know? I don't want to play all the time just like an Emney. Dad has something to say. Me and your dad having a watering bot in your mom's flower garden. He's having a sneezing fit, his eyes running red. You're alarmed. You never seen him look sick before. People are hardly ever ill in Stratospheric, except when zero-Z rooms made them queasy. Not to worry, my little beanstalk. I'll be fine. It's just the pollen making my head a little stuffy. On Earth, we used to call this hay fever. Even though it had nothing to do with hay. Native flowers seem to be in bloom this time of year, and they smell fantastic. Sniff the flowers tentatively. They do smell good, and they look harmless. Hey, Selene, I know the last few weeks have been very hard for you. This might be a good time to relax and stick in the quarters wing. Why? I'm only at 26 stress. I want to shovel some dirt. Pulling weeds from the garden beds when you see Cal scurry past you, moving with a purpose. Didn't even stop to say hello before he disappears into a barn. I'm gonna follow him. Slip in barn behind Cal. He's so absorbed in whatever the broken storage box is that he doesn't hear you. You can do it, he whispers. Come on, go, go, go. You creep forward, but the barn door creaks closed behind you and Cal jumps. Selene, he says, moving between you and the box. What do you need? What's in the box? Nothing. It's nothing. Where Cal's going to say next, interrupted by a chirping noise in the box. Inside the box is a pink caterpillar-like creature about the length of your arm, blinking up at you with big multifaceted eyes. The mouth parts wave at you and make a clicking chirping noise. It hatched, Cal says. Hey, little baby, welcome to the world. You knew about this thing? Yeah, it showed up in one of the first shipments of mushwood. Just curled up in a little cocoon. Looked like a dried up leaf, but warm. I didn't want to throw it away in case whatever inside was still living. No, I was using this busted up storage box, so what is it? Dunno, I looked on the surveyor archives, but nobody's found anything like it before. It's true, you have no idea what this creature is. Cal pats the small creature on his shoulder. What are you, little buddy? You look like a big old caterpillar, but cuter. Maybe we call you a dilly pillar? Socks. Socks the dilly pillar. It could be dangerous, Cal. Everything on this planet could be dangerous, though. Look at her, she's harmless. See, she's a plant eater. Plant eaters are the good guys, like us. I have to hide her. Think she'll be okay if I keep her in this broken storage box? Go back to sleep, little buggy wuggy. Sleep tight. I'll get to work. Anybody else have anything new to say? Doesn't seem like it. Well, I'm gonna keep on keeping on at school and in the garden, I think. I don't think I'm gonna invest in the other stuff so much. Week in biology class, you're studying sugar bugs. Native species looks like purple marshmallows about the size of your fist, all puffy and squishy and kind of cute. They don't move or do much. If you tickle them, they exude an edible syrup from the hole at the bottom of their bodies. And now you're going to dissect one. Refuse to do it on ethical grounds or dissect that cute little sugar bug. It's alive? I do not want to kill it. Instead, you and Cal write an essay about the strange creatures. Cal looks relieved. I'm taking mine home with me, he says, petting it sweetly. It spits out a bit of syrup and Cal laughs. I think that means she's happy. While researching for the essay, you learn that superbug can actually regenerate after being cut into tiny pieces. That's how it reproduces. Your teacher was probably planning to surprise you with that fact. The morning after the dissection, the classroom is filled with whole happy sugar bugs once more. Aw, nice. My kudos might be at its maximum. I didn't gain any kudos. 47 might be the max. I said a band, bandity band, a band, bandity band. Look at you eating cereal. I bet you don't even know what today is. Your birthday? My birthday's the first month of the wet season. You better remember that. Okay. Is St. Valentine's Day. Back on Earth, it was a day when everybody had to give their best friend a gift, especially sweets, and then you put the sweets under your pillow, and it makes you dream about who you're going to marry. And there are decorations of hearts and arrows and pigs. Pigs? We don't even have pigs here. This is dumb. Marshman just made it up to get free candy. Marge shouts back, well, nobody's going to pick you anyway. You stink. Valentine's Day sounds like fun. Cal nods, clapping. Tell the other kids about it. So you go around, find your best friend, and give them a gift. Make sure you do it by the end of the day or it doesn't count. And if two baby people want to be my best friend, I'll hold trials for the position. It's only fair. Okay. How do I get gifts for people? Is it here? No. Because I also have a million kudos to spend, and I think I'm at my maximum. Snooze for a second while I try to figure this out. Where do I get it? Mom, help me. Dad, help me. Hal's standing on top of a bluff, carefully pouring a bucket of water down the dirt on one side. He's covered in mud. Hey, check out my mudslide. Grabs a piece of sheet metal, slides down the dirt pile like he's riding a surfboard. Mud goes everywhere. You try it now, okay? Make it down without falling, but get mud splatter all over your legs. It is pretty fun, but hoverboard, but crunchier. Want to be best friends forever? I guess so. I lost my old best friend, so yeah, okay. Want to try the mudslide again? Nice. I am a replacement best friend. We love to see it. Okay, so now I am going to run an ad break, and then I guess I'll keep going. So I shall BRB.